Rightio, here we are at Moore Park, Jeff. This is the Heritage Golf House. There's, I think there's a bistro and some eating and functions upstairs. There's a little basic, coffee place there. So this is the high deck. That's the pro shop over there, which is effectively just a demountable. We're looking down to a little bit of seating here, which isn't huge, and they've only just put this retractable roof in here for a bit of shade. That's the practice putting green that's got some serious humps and bumps into it. So every single golfer comes up the side, they go into the pro shop, they either turn right and go to the triple decker range over there, or they come out and they play golf here. So every single golfer goes along that little path through there. Occasionally they can come through here. So anyway, there's the practice putting green. Pan around here, so that's down some steps. Golf course wise, you've got first tees over there. Those tees there are for the 11th, a par 5 that hit in that direction, and squeezed in between the two of them there's a spare hole that they can use as a chipping green down the bottom, or a spare hole, but he said they've only used it a couple of times in recent times. So we've got some other hedging here. Now this path's important, so we go down some stairs past the big ass fig tree, and then that path connects with the roads and a few other bits and pieces, and they've only just got the light rail in on the other side there, so that's a big plus. This was one of the original sites we were looking at, which connects off this side of the building, but I don't know if you can see it on the video. We've got a little flat section here where these 5 big palms are, but very steep off to the side. That's the toll house down there. But I think we've all pretty much agreed that that's out, so I'm not going to waste too much more time on that. Come back through here. So being sort of heritage listed, they don't want us to root around too much here, so I'm not touching any of this. I'm not touching any of that. Now what I think we can do is, I'm going to crouch down here, so I'm really thinking we keep this intact, and this whole area goes to practice putting, and if I goes to the viewing or entertainment area. Now we can almost take half a metre out of this to get down to this level here, and that's your deck. That's your deck for your seating and your tables and chairs and shit. I was originally trying to squeeze a couple of golf holes up in here, but mate, they're gonna get some serious play here, and I think they need all of this. Now if you can imagine looking over here, so we're still going to have access through here, but if I come over here, if they build a whole row of seating here, I mean there's your mini golf down there over the top of that green, so you can see virtually the entire course. We're going to have a few holes tucked around the corner there, but the water body hopefully starts here, trickles down the hill and runs out through there somewhere. And mate, you've got an area here. I would suggest that this side of the pathway, this is where we put our fence, and as I've just gone through with Steve, I said, you know what would be unreal is if the fence sat at beer resting height here, and they can actually come and stand up against the fence, use it as a drinks holder, and they can watch the mini golf there. You'd love that idea. So my plan of attack is they go into the pro shop, we build them a path through here, and we somehow come around the corner here. We keep these friggin' gargoyle-y things. Not sure about whether we nudge in here or not, but the first tee, we're going to come around here, which will give us the opportunity to basically fence up through here. And we may fence here, we might still utilise this a little bit, but at least the public can still get up and down this staircase here. So what this allows us to do is, because we've got the first tee so far away from the pro shop, they've got all that room to queue up when it's really busy, a la Wembley. Somewhere in here I think we can put the practice warm-up green, and I'm kind of thinking that we maybe get the first hole here. We've got this little, it's probably not quite 10 metres wide, but we've got this little flat section across the top, and then all of this is quite steep, and I don't think this is going to be usable much at all. So I really want to get the first hole hitting in this direction, pass the warm-up green somehow in there, maybe get a second hole coming up into here. I think we could put some tables and not some tables and chairs, but some park benches. They've already got a bench there. Let's kill that. I think as we get around on the back 9, we go up into that little section through there. We come around this tree. I think this flat section here is where our 18th hole has to be. So imagine the 18th hole. I'm standing about where the pond is, and hopefully we've got 1, 2, and the warm-up on this other section. So hopefully there's nothing bad under the ground here, and we can have our upper pond here, trickle it down, wiggling around through the bunker, and on about that line there is our low point, which is where our lower pond will be, and pump it. There's no point in putting pond back around the corner there. So that's what we're looking at. I'm going to walk around the far side here. So here's a big ass fig tree, very close to the back of the 10th green, so I'm sure there's roots under that green. There's a manhole there, which I don't know what it is. Don't think it's sewer, but I'm going to go for a wander back down here. I'm down under the tree, back of the 10th. Now, on my original design sketch, I actually had a couple of holes poking down through there, but as you can see, it gets pretty bloody, pretty steep. So, you know, where I'm walking is about the extent of where we can put our mini golf holes. I'm going to stop here in the shade, and I don't know if you can pick up that grade, but it's quite a bit of a steepness back up through there. This is all usable for mini golf holes though. So when we, the back edge of this bunker is about, I think, as far as we can go. So as we start looking at the plan, it really gets too steep down there. Maybe you could get a hole down through there, but probably not. I would probably say we cut the holes to the back edge of this trap. I think Chick has got a bit of work. I think there's going to have to be some decent cuts in through there to maybe raise this outer line. I don't know whether you can see, there's more fig trees, so you're going to have root issues through there. And it's a little bit low through here, so again, I'm hoping that we can use some of that material and move a bit of dirt around. There might be a little bit more mulch involved than our normal jobs. May need to trim 1 or 2 of these limbs back. So I'm now heading along the bottom of the course. Again, I think about this bunker is about as far as we can go. I mean, even there, that really steep face on the bunker, that's nearly 2 metres to the top of the green, so I might have to factor in some earthworks. There's a bit of a low gully here where if you've hit it right off the tee, this is a par 3 by the way. This isn't too bad down through here. I think we can blend this in. This is all usable up to about the tree canopy line. And I'm thinking the pond comes down through here. This is probably about where our low pond is. And you've got a big ass fig tree there, and we've got nothing. There's no subsurface drainage. So one of the questions is how do we deal with our water? Do we just let it spill out and go down onto the gutter? Because that's all it does at the moment. But yeah, that'll be one for the technicals. I'm walking back along the line of play here. Even here, we're still 1.5 metres, 2 metres below fairway height, so it does drop away pretty sharply over here. I don't want to get too close to the base of some of these figs because the roots are going to be a big issue. So again, when we start looking at the photo, it's probably the canopy line is about as far as we want. Now, when I did my first layout, and bear in mind I had a couple of holes up on the flat and I had a couple of holes over there, now they aren't usable, and I think my original layout came to about here, which is sort of about where those palm trees are. But we've got this little narrow section that goes back towards the tee. So any shortfall in land, I think we just go out and back through there to make up the break. So the 9th green is beyond those golfers, so they're actually on the 10th tee. So we don't touch the path, we don't touch the wall. So the golfers are still going to have to play 9, and they're going to have to get on this path and walk through here. So the fence for the mini golf is going to be this side of the path. I'm not going to walk out there yet because the guys are going to be hitting in a minute. Huge facility, this Moore Park. Just waiting for the guys to hit up. Just farting around a little bit. Tell you what, I might even stop the video and I'll start it again when I get up the top of the hill.